Hello everybody, happy Saturday to you all, and welcome to the stream. Really appreciate you guys being here. Puffy, Esme, Dizzlin, Dragonsbane, Robert, Sven, welcome everybody. Thank you guys very much. Let's see. I think today we're going to go south. We're going to do a few more things here in Darkshore. And after that, we'll be headed back to Westfall. Let's make a stop over at the Red Crystal, and then we will take on the Furbolgs. How is everyone doing today? Glad you guys have been digging the hardcore shaman. It's been very different. It's been a long time since I've recorded a hardcore series. And I will say the horde side, it feels pretty lonely on the horde side. It has like a totally different feel than being on the alliance side. Constantly seeing other players. On the horde side, you go like a long time before you see players. And like I do a /who and it says 50 other people have been found, but then when I'm like running around it doesn't feel that way. And then like couple that with recording it instead of streaming it, and it's kind of like it's like an isolationist experience. Like I feel like I'm on an island. There's nobody around but me. It's different. It's very different. Slowly, I'm getting used to it. Yeah, the sad reality is like a lot of people don't play Horde side in Classic Era. If we ever get TBC Era, or we get like TBC Era and TBC Hardcore, then I think a lot more people will play Horde side, because I think people like playing Blood Elves, and I think Blood Elves are the best race on the Horde side. And yeah, we'll see. We're gonna find out in a few days. We have how many days? It's a Wednesday is the Blizzard Direct. Wednesday at 1 o'clock my time. It's like, you know, they're not doing BlizzCon, so now they're doing the Blizzard Connect. Basically like a digital BlizzCon, I guess. So we're gonna watch that together. I'm gonna stream that. We streamed the last BlizzCon that they did like fully online, so we'll have like a little watch along for those of you guys who are interested in seeing on Wednesday what they announce for Warcraft, like what's next. I think they already leaked that they're working on Warcraft 2 Remaster, which would be great. Notice how they're probably going to call it Remaster and not Reforged. So yeah, in a few days we'll either be really happy that we're getting things we want for Classic, and that Classic has an interesting future ahead of it, or we'll be really sad with the knowledge that they're not planning anything for Classic besides Mr. Pandaria and Phase 16 of SOD. I should probably be a little bit more careful here, but these guys are pretty low level. Like, a lot of these guys are not even giving kill XP. Alright, this is fine. We're fine. Let's do Stone Skin. This little stun is kind of annoying. Gust of Wind stun for 5 seconds. It's a little bit annoying. Buffalo Bill, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, we'll always have classic era servers. I don't think those are ever going to go away no matter what. The question is whether they're going to do anything actually interesting with it, or whether SOD is going to wrap down, Mr. Pandaria is going to come out, and, like, that's going to be it. Because that's what it seems like. It seems like they're just on course to finish SOD, which I guess will have 8 phases by the time it ends. And then, you know, rolling Cataclysm forward into Mr. Pandaria. It would be nice to hear that there's more to the plan. So, we'll see. I would also love, and they never do this, but I would love for them to have, like, an open retrospective about Season of Discovery. Like, I want them to have some kind of retrospective, even if it's like a 5-page blue post. I want to know what, if anything, they learned from doing Season of Discovery the way that they did, and I want to know how they're going to use that data to inform, like, future decisions when it comes to Classic. They never do stuff like that. But I would love to, like, I'd love to at least have a reason to believe that they learned anything at all about Classic players from Season of Discovery. We could keep killing these guys, or we could continue questing. Let's go down and try to find Anaya. Well, we saw her last time, but I think somebody else beat us to her, so we didn't see her a second time. Maybe we'll be lucky today. Well, I'm sure internally they do these things. Like, internally, not only would they do, like, a cost-benefit analysis, but internally they would have some kind of moratorium where they would go over, like, the successes, the failures, the lessons learned. Like, This is something you do whenever you develop anything. When you develop something and you put it into production, you leave it in production for a while, and then eventually you do like a post-mortem on it. You say, okay, well, how did it work? How did it fail? Why did it work? Why did it fail? What are we going to do in the future based off of this? So like they probably do that internally. At least I hope that they do. But I want them to publish something. I want them to put those thoughts out there for like players to look at. That's what I would like to actually be able to read it or see it or hear them talk about it in some meaningful way. And not just like scripted corporate bullshit that they always put out there, but like just them honestly like delving into what worked, what didn't, what they learned, what they would do different. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to know that they were at least trying to rub some brain cells together. Alright, let's do slash target. Nope, no slash target Anea. She's a non-aggressive mob, so like if we see her off in the distance, she kind of stands out. Because she'll be a yellow name bar in a sea of red names. She's probably dead like right over here somewhere. Someone probably just killed her. Yeah, she's totally dead. Okay, this is one of the few mobs in hardcore that they still have like a 10-minute timer on their respawn. There's a lot of named NPCs in hardcore that respawn instantly. And she's not one of them. So I don't know if we'll ever complete this quest. Or if we'll just, you know, forget about it. The first step to her respawning would be her body disappearing. And her body's still... And the other problem is, like, I wouldn't mind grinding here and waiting for her to respawn, but we are not getting kill XP for any of these guys. So it's ultimately just not worth it. What else can we do down here? We can go south, or we can do Buzzbox 525, Grizzled Scalps. Let's go do that. And then on the way back north, we'll stop by here one more time and see, just one more time to see if we can get her. But it seems doubtful. Have I abandoned the EU servers entirely? My man, I still have a shaman playthrough in Cataclysm over there. I stopped playing Classic Era because Blizzard won't let me use the auction house or send mail to myself. So yeah, I'm not playing Classic Era there, but I'm still leveling a shaman in Cataclysm. It's one of the recorded series we have going on right now. But yes, I've abandoned it. I'm a habitual abandoner. And I do it just to bother people. I can't help myself. Rabies. Health regeneration rate reduced by 50%, strength reduced by 4, agility reduced by 4. Lovely. That's everything bad for us. Everything bad for us. Spiked Club of the Boar, two-handed mace. Which reminds me, we still have not learned two-handed mace. Next time we make it back to the Eastern Kingdoms, we have a little bit of money now. So I can train guns, I can train two-handed maces. We should also make a stop in Darnassus and I can train bows. That would be pretty smart to just get that done early and not have to worry about it. We could probably pop our elixirs. Get those going. Maybe even some buff food. Am I having fun with the warrior? Oh yeah, I always have fun with the warrior. Like I could probably exclusively play warrior and I would have fun every time I roll the warrior. It's just the funnest class. That's it. It's the funnest class to play. Rogue seems like it might also be fun. But yeah. Warrior is best. If Blizzard was making a new franchise, what type of game? By franchise, do you mean like a new IP? Or like just a new genre? I don't, you're not gonna see any new IP out of Blizzard anytime soon. What they are gonna do is they're gonna take their existing IPs and make different types of games. Like, yeah, like a Battle Royale. They're bringing Plunderstorm back sometime in early 2025. So yeah, I think just having a Warcraft Battle Royale is something they'll do in the future. I hope they can just kind of, like, Plunderstorm is, it's, you know, it is what it is. But let's just go ahead and make a Warcraft Battle Royale. That way it's not all pirate themed all the time. And yeah, and then, you know, with stuff like Warcraft 2 Remaster, that's going to be them trying to get back into the RTS space. I think you'll see no new IP. You'll just see existing IP used to make different genres of video game. One day we'll get Starcraft Ghost. You know, like one day we'll actually have a playable Starcraft third-person shooter. Like, that'll be awesome. With any luck. I think under Microsoft we will see those types of things. We'll see them get back into making good RTS. We'll see them get back into, you know, trying to make like shooters, trying to make like action adventure games with their IP. It'll probably take a few years for like those projects to like manifest, but we'll see them eventually. I think the very first thing we're going to see is the Battle Royale. Yeah, they're not going to do any more intellectual property. In fact, they've canceled the one new IP that they had slated. They were going to make that survival craft game. They had a survival craft game set in a new universe, and they had to toss that in the bin. And so no, I think it's a bad idea for them to make any new intellectual property. Like, they already have so many relatively unused properties. Like, they just need to double down on like the existing universes. What am I even looking for here? Am I looking for bears? I must be looking for like a very specific type of bear. Oh, here we go. Level 16 Grizzled Thistle Bear. Is anyone asking Blizz for a battle royale? I mean, people love Plunderstorm, so I mean, like, the reception to Plunderstorm was really good. It brought in lots of people that had zero interest in playing World of Warcraft. They came to play Plunderstorm to check it out. Like, the way things work and the way video games work throughout history is that making a video game or not making a video game is not often about if people are asking for it. In fact, some of the greatest video games have been games that have come out of nowhere that no one was asking for and that no one even knew they wanted. The way good video games are made is a company has a lot of creative people who work well together. They're very imaginative and they have good ideas and good work ethic. And then they come up with a great idea. And then they make this great idea into a video game, and then they release it, and then people are like, oh my god, I love this fucking game, it's so good. I didn't even know I wanted this. That's how good games are made. Like, good games are not made strictly by listening to what people are asking for. Like, that's one way you can make games. A lot of times people try to listen to what's being asked for, and they try to make the game they think people are asking for, and what they make is a flop. Like, see Concord. They thought people wanted the game. They thought it was something people wanted. It wasn't. Instead of just making a game that was like genuine, that was good, and that they had passion for. So no, I think people do want a battle royale. I think a Warcraft battle royale would be huge. And Plunderstorm already proved that. And like before Plunderstorm came out, like no one knew they wanted Plunderstorm. And then they made it and people really liked it. Think about it like that. Back in the day, you were hoping for a Diablo MMORPG. I used to hope for a world of Starcraft when I was younger. By younger, I mean like my 20s, because I was never that young. I used to assume like, oh man, like maybe one day we get like a world of Starcraft. We get a Starcraft MMO. I can run around as a space marine. Obviously, you know, that never manifested. I don't know if I necessarily need to be doing this quest right now, or if I could come back and do it later. These guys are a little bit of a higher level. The Moonstalker Sires, I can't remember, are these the ones that summon ads? Or are those like matriarchs? There's a type of cat back here that will call like another cat from far away. And I would like to avoid those if I can. Yeah, I heard that info about about how little StarCraft 2 made only compared to how much a WoW mount made. Like StarCraft 2 still did really well, but it's if all you're doing is comparing like how much money a game makes and like that determines its entire worth, then it's like, yeah, like then your philosophy becomes like, well, let's not make video games anymore. Let's sell cosmetics. Let's just make a game where all we do, and that's kind of the thing that Blizzard fell into. That's what they fell into, and that's why like there is no StarCraft anymore. That's why there was never a Warcraft 4. It's because, yeah, like they could have made an amazing game that millions of people would have enjoyed. That could have been great. They could do that, but why? Why do that when you can have an artist spend 10 sprint hours making a mount, and then you can sell that for as much? And so if all you're going to do is base your decision making around like how much money you can make, then obviously like a lot of good video games are not going to get made. And I think that's what's going to change now that they're under Microsoft. Like Microsoft has so much money that they can afford to make good games. They can afford to like take a chance, make a game that could be great. They can afford to take their time on a remaster and invest the resources necessary to make sure the remaster of a game is great. Because they don't have to be concerned necessarily about like this quarter's profits. They don't have to be concerned about like what does the balance sheet look like right now. Whereas that was how Blizzard was run, like, you know, for the past 15 years. Yeah, I think under Microsoft you will definitely see more Starcraft. The first thing you might see is like a Starcraft shooter, like you might see something in the Starcraft universe first that's like not an RTS. But I think you will see more Starcraft. I think you will see Starcraft RTSs. I think we will get a Warcraft 4. I think those things are like further out. And honestly, like, here's the thing. The farther out those things are, the better they will be when they come out. Because the further out they are, the more they will be things that are owned and created by Microsoft, and the less they will be things that are owned or created by current Blizzard. We want those things like RTSs to be something that is more owned by Microsoft. And so the further out they get, the better they will be when they come out. You'd like an open world game in one of the current IPs? Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that that's a good opportunity to, like, if you want to do like a Warcraft thing, you can take it to like a different period in time. And you can tell a story from like the past. You can do it in like an open world RPG. And maybe you play as a character, maybe you create a character. I think in those situations you probably play as a character. It would probably be like a character game, kind of like The Witcher 3. And I think that'd be really cool, and that'd be like a really cool way to see like different parts of the timeline. Like, even if you want to do stuff set during like the First War, set during the Second War, like during the events of Warcraft 1 and 2, like I think that'd be a good time to have like just a big open world single player RPG. Like The Witcher, but Warcraft. Like, how awesome would that potentially be if it were done well, obviously. Would it be done well? Well, I mean, not with the current Blizzard team. Like, the current Blizzard team doesn't have the writers and it doesn't have the game designers to make like a good single player open world RPG. Not something on scale with like Witcher. They simply, like, it's easy to say they don't have the writers or really the creative thinkers to pull something like that off. It's like one of those things, like, it would be awesome if they could do it well, but current Blizz wouldn't do it well. I mean, all we have to do is look at the story and writing in World of Warcraft to know that. Inventory is full. Okay, great, perfect. Let's drop you. There we go. A 6-slot bag. Well, thank you for the 6-slot bag. Okay, with that done, let's get these 2 beached sea creatures right here. We'll try to find Anea one more time. We will head over to the Red Crystal, and then we will head back to town, and then possibly we'll be heading back to the Eastern Kingdoms. Yeah, Starcraft, Mass Effect type. Again, it takes good writers. It's like, that's the thing they don't have. Like, let's just hope these projects are a long ways off. Even something like a StarCraft Ghost, like an action shooter, that would still have to have decent writing. And so let's still hope that these things are a long ways off, because like they just don't have the writing. Nothing that they've written recently has even mildly entertained me. As someone seeking like a more mature, like toned fantasy or sci-fi experience, like nothing they've written, like maybe since Legion, has even like sparked my interest or made me curious at all. So I don't want the current team at Blizz doing those sorts of projects. I think right now they make World of Warcraft, like they make modern WoW, like they can keep doing that, and that seems to be going fine for the people that like modern WoW. But like, the idea of taking those people and trying to get them to make a story-driven open-world RPG, like, that fucking terrifies me. Because that's a game that's going to come out and it's going to be garbage. So I hope they wait until they have, like, different staff. And I hope, like, when they go to make a game like that, they look for, like, new writers, new creative teams. Obviously, like, just someone who's a creative director from, like, maybe someone who's ever made any kind of story before that was coherent. Maybe that would be like just a better creative director than things they've had in the past. Basically, like someone who's written a story, not just someone who's worked on lore. Like I know Steve Denuser did like he did a lot of the lore for Kingdoms of Amalur. Like he did a lot of the lore for that. So like that's a guy that had like he had a lot of experience like writing lore, but like did he have a lot of experience telling like narrative, story-driven, character-driven like stories? Like it didn't really seem like it. It never seemed like it. Am I still playing Dragon Age? Oh no. 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 Like Dragon Age was a game that was fine. Like it seemed okay. Like it seemed like just a decent open world-ish RPG, but it wasn't great. Obviously, like there were things that were not great about it, but I'm not playing it because the internet universally reviles Dragon Age Veilguard, and it got the lowest like to dislike ratio on any piece of content that I've put out in the past 5.5 years. Like I've been at this almost 6 years, and it was like the numbers that I got back on that were like the worst that I've ever seen on my channel. And that was I got my refund. That's what I did. I was within the Steam 2-hour limit and I got my fucking refund, and I'm fine with that. Because I don't have time to play the game like on my own, like offline, and it was obviously not a game that I was going to be able to play here on the channel. Not with the like to dislike ratio that I got based on how like universally reviled the game was. Yeah, it was bad. I was on the fence about it because, like I said, the game seemed like very mid. It seemed like it would be fine, but there wasn't anything particularly interesting about it. So it made that choice pretty easy, just to refund it and be done with it. try again with the next one people will universally hate. Like, what's the next game people are going to universally hate? I guess it's probably going to be Avowed. We have a couple more months until we start to see more of Avowed. Like, Avowed is going to come out in February, and Avowed is Bethesda, right? Am I correct? Is Avowed Bethesda or ZeniMax? Who's doing Avowed? Anyway, like, I'm sure by the time Avowed is about to come out, people will have found some reason to universally hate it and shit on it. And then maybe that'll be just another one that goes the way of Dragon Age Veilguard. Who knows? It's Obsidian. Yeah, I can never keep them straight. Obsidian is working on it. Yeah, so, like... It looks like it's gonna be good. It looks like it's gonna be fun. But will people find some reason to hate it between now and then? Yeah, probably. That seems to be something people are very good at. But yeah, we'll see. That'll be the next, like, non-MMO that I check out. Will probably be Avowed. I don't think there's anything else on my radar between now and then. There's Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. I'm gonna play that when it hits early access in December. And I'm hoping that that's good, and that you guys enjoy it, and maybe it's like another game we can play. But yeah, who knows? Same thing there, it could be good, it could be universally hated. Pretty sure that I see her back here. Yeah, here she is. I'm just gonna drag this guy along with me because I really want to tag her, and I'm gonna try to tag her here. Okay, let's just get in there and tag her. There we go. Perfect. That worked out pretty well. I mean, it's not. It sucks because, like, if the game is bad, the game is bad. But I do feel like sometimes, like, negative opinions snowball on the internet. They just, like, they snowball and they get so much bigger and bigger that they kind of get overblown. Like, I think that's the case with Dragon Age. Like, when it came to, like, some other stuff that came out recently, like, okay, Concord was really, really, really bad. That's obvious. Like, you can look at anything related to Concord and you can tell that it's absolute garbage and probably deserved to be shit on every bit as much as it did. But I look at Dragon Age and it's like, yeah, like, this is not necessarily an awesome Dragon Age game for people that like Dragon Age Origins, but I feel like it was pretty on par with Dragon Age Inquisition, and I feel like it was a pretty decent looking, decent running, decent RPG. So, like, Dragon Age is a case where, like, I feel like it got shit on because of, like, OG fans wanting it to be Origins, when, like, it was never going to be Origins. Like, why would you expect Dragon Age Origins when the last installment you got was Dragon Age Inquisition, and Veilguard follows, like, the same art style, the same dialogue style? Like, I don't think Inquisition and Veilguard are, like, farther apart, like, as far apart as people think. So that's what kind of is upsetting about Veilguard, is Veilguard in a vacuum, like, not related to original Dragon Age, could have been a decent game that, like, lots of people could have enjoyed. But I feel like the negativity of it kind of, like, snowballed to the point where, like, a lot of people didn't even play it, and then obviously, like, people who did play it, it's easier to have a negative opinion on it because everybody has a negative opinion on it. That's why I guess I kind of hope, like, with Avowed, yeah, there's a universe there that already exists, but, like, maybe there aren't as many, like, diehard fans to potentially be offended by how different Avowed is, because Avowed's obviously going to be different than the games that it, like, comes after, because those were CRPGs. So maybe Avowed will just do better, like, in the eyes of its fans than Veilguard did. That's the internet in a nutshell. What, negativity, like, snowballing out of control? Yeah. It seems like it sometimes. You hope they don't go too handholdy with Avowed, and it feels immersive to play. Yeah, immersiveness is something that companies, like developers, are having a hard time like making RPGs that feel immersive, and making RPGs that actually like pull you into the game world. It feels like not as many immersive games come out when it comes to like RPGs. And I don't really know like what is the magic formula for like creating immersion. Like there's a couple of things that go into it, I think. Like yeah, like you don't want it to be too hand-holdy. You want to somehow feel like you're organically exploring a place, but with a little bit of guidance. Like you have to have some objectives. You have to have some like a little bit of guidance fed to you. But then, like, how do you create a gameplay experience where the player can feel like they're kind of discovering things on their own? You have to be able to create, like, a sense of mystery about the world. And that means, like, you know, putting, like, treasures and putting, like, combat encounters, like, interesting things, putting them in out-of-the-way areas. So that when you explore those out-of-the-way areas, you feel like, oh, look, I found something. I found a named guy. I found... you know, a little plot event, a side quest, a treasure chest with some loot in it, like... I guess, like, having a reason for the player to explore off the beaten path. But I think there's a lot of other stuff that goes into it, too, and I think it's really hard for developers to, like, capture all those things that, like, create immersion and get them together in one product. Outer Worlds was good. I think something that like Outer Worlds seemed to have like I don't want to say a comedic edge to it, almost satire. That was the one thing that I didn't like about Outer Worlds, and I feel like when you make a world like that, it's going to be hit or miss with some people. Outer Worlds, yeah, Outer Worlds felt like it was like a little bit satire heavy. Which is kind of like very specific. I played a little bit of that when it came out. Like if I try to think of games I've gotten like immersed in that are not World of Warcrafts, the list is not like super huge. Witcher 3, the bit of Skyrim that I played back when that first came out, like an eternity ago. For some reason, I remember feeling really immersed in the first Assassin's Creed game. I'm probably missing a few, but yeah. There's not many that I can think like, oh, I felt like truly immersed in this world. I need to prioritize going back to town. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm completely full on inventory and I'm out here chasing herbs and, you know, just running my mouth. Running my mouth, chasing the herbs. No inventory space. Breath of the Wild. The only Zelda game that I ever like played and actually like played front to back was the GameCube one, Wind Waker. The one where you had a sailboat and it connected to your Game Boy SP and it gave you like a little map on your SP of like where the secret treasures were if you had an SP. That was the last and only Zelda that I ever like sat down with, devoted myself to, really enjoyed, played it all the way through and beat it. Two things went into that. Firstly, the GameCube. It was like top-notch hardware when it came out. Graphically, the games were better than the PlayStation 2. They were better than the Xbox. They got into that sweet spot late in the generation where like all the GameCube games were top-notch. Some of the best gaming of my life was done on the GameCube. Metroid Prime, amazing game. RE4, amazing game. RE0, the remake of RE1. Wind Waker, like so many great games for the GameCube, and part of it was because the hardware was really powerful compared to other games. And yeah, and so ever since then, like I would love to get into a Zelda game, but I can't play games in 30 FPS.
Go in peace.
Because I'm an adult. And as an adult, I demand my games be in at least 60 FPS.
Farewell.
But Wind Waker was really good. I loved that game, played the crap out of it.
What brings you here? Goddess watch over you. Ishnu Allah. Farewell.
People didn't like the art style for Wind Waker. Oh my gosh, I loved the art style. And I wasn't young at the time. I was like 18 or 19. So like I wasn't a kid. Well, not like a young kid. And I thought the art was gorgeous.
Good luck, friend. I am honored. Go in peace. Goddess watch over you.
The questing add-on is Dialogue UI. Let's turn this one in, and then I think we need to go to Darnassus. I want to go train bows. After that, we'll be heading back to the Eastern Kingdoms. So yeah, we're going to save everything. We'll probably come back later to do all this stuff, and we have like a bunch of other quests as well that are all like a bit of a higher level. We'll probably come back, unless we're doing a bunch of dungeons and we out-level it and we don't need it. But for now, we'll plan to come back later. We'll train bows. We'll get back to the Eastern Kingdoms and we will go to Westfall. That is what we're doing next. We're taking on the Pillagers and the Looters. Yeah, I'm always paranoid these days about how close I stand to the boat when it pulls up. And we don't want to get stuck in the side of it again. That would be a shame. The dwarf bow animation looks cool. Alright, I hope we get to check it out. Right now we have no ranged weapons. I sold the gun that we had. Yeah, in Ironforge I need to train guns. Let's train our weapons and get that over with. In Ironforge we need two-handed maces and we need guns. And then in Stormwind we need crossbows, but you don't see a lot of crossbows. I feel like we can hold off on crossbows for a little while. Will I do Deadmine before hitting 20? No, we'll probably do it at like 21. 21 or 22, whenever we have all of the quests. We have to finish up things in Westfall. Part of that is some back and forth running between Red Ridge and Stormwind. So it will probably be 21, if I had to guess. Which will be safer for us as a tank. We don't want to come in there like too weak. Do I need to grab anything else? I think I should grab staves. Every once in a while there's a two-handed staff that's really good. I think an example is the Odo Lay staff out of Shadowfang Keep. So I think I will train staves. I will train throne. Daggers and fist weapons... I really don't see myself using these. I don't know if I've ever been on a warrior and equipped a dagger or a fist weapon in my life, except one time I remember back on my original warrior, back in like TBC. For some reason, like I had this dagger that was an upgrade to whatever my main hand was. And that was the only time in my life that I ever equipped a dagger. And I think even then it was a noob move. And I think my friend tried to explain to me why, and I was like, no, this weapon's better. And then I was tanking with a dagger and a shield. So I'm not going to do those right now. I don't want to waste the money. We're still basically broke. It seems like we have money, but we don't. We're going to have to train eventually, and everything's getting more and more expensive, etc. $40 for a Christmas gift, an Amazon gift card. That way, you know, I spend it at my leisure, or I hang on to it. That's it. We have to visit a cooking trainer, like somewhere. We're at 70 out of 75, and there's probably like a lot of stuff that we could know that we don't know. Everything else looks pretty good. We have to learn wool, but we haven't started to get wool yet, so in that way, like, it doesn't really matter. What CPU, GPU am I using? I'm pretty sure I'm on a 3060 or a 3070. The GPU, I don't know. It's AMD though. It's not Intel. I built this computer 2 years ago, so it's a relatively new CPU. Some kind of AMD. It's actually the first time I ever have used AMD. And prior to this, I'd always used Intel. Pretty sure the graphics card's a 3060. But now I kind of think maybe it's a 3070. DX Diac, let's see. Display 1. It's a 3070. Oh shit. I've for some reason been saying 3060, I think, for a couple years. I have a 3070. Not a 3060. Good to know. And like, I built this rig right as the chip crisis was starting to end, but I still paid way too much for all of my parts. That's the crappy thing. Like, had I spent, if I were to spend today the money that I spent when I built this rig, I would have something, I would have like a 4090. I'd have something really beefy. And I'd probably have an Intel processor. Because yeah, the chip shortage was like ending and prices were coming down, but nowhere near like where they dropped to eventually. But at the time, like, my old rig was dying. I had just had to replace the power supply in my old computer. And at the time, my old rig, the processor was 11 years old. Maybe even 12 years old. And the graphics card was like a 2060. But yeah, my CPU was ancient and all my parts were on the verge of failure. So like, I couldn't really wait much longer. I waited like as long as I could. Had I been able to wait for like 6 more months, things would have been much, much cheaper. RAM, I have 16 gigs. I could probably have more. But seeing as how I basically only play World of Warcraft, having more than 16 gigs of RAM seems kind of wasteful. Yeah, I mean, basically anything you build today will run WoW just fine. Even if you're running retail. Like, obviously, like a 4060 would, you know... Classic, if you're running Classic WoW takes a toaster oven and a potato and 2 pennies rubbed together for Classic to run good. But yeah, basically anything you build today will run WoW okay. This guy says this run will be the death of me. If you're doing the wetlands run at 12, probably. I think the dude's gonna die. 15 or 16, you gotta be 15 or 16. Just hope. We just have to hope for the best. If he hopes for the best, it'll probably work out. I'm tempted to follow him now and see if he gets killed. He says, I don't like your tone. Fair. Someone said, I'll watch the death log for your name. Okay, let's stop in Ironforge. Let's do the weapon training we talked about. Let's try to visit a cooking trainer. See if we can get that taken care of. And then what's the weapon situation is still really good. Yeah, we just equipped this at level 18, so we should be good on weapons for a while. Maybe around like level 20, 21. We'll start looking for a new weapon. We'll also have to find a decent weapon to take into dead mines. We have this shield, which is not great, but it has a lot of armor on it. I don't think we don't need the +4 fire spell damage because we're not a shaman. And we have this main hander. This might be okay to take into dead mines if we can't find it. It's a level 17 weapon. If we can't find anything else that's affordable, then we might be looking at this, which would be rough, but we'd have to make it work. There's a cooking trainer right over here. I seem to also have a completed quest. Let's go turn this completed quest in just to get it out of the log. I don't think I'll take a follow-up if there is a follow-up. It's like some old gray quest.
Great to meet you.
There we go. That's fine. The music here is really loud. Let's turn that down a bit.
What can I do for you? Keep your feet on the ground.
Weapons. What level are we? We are level 18. Where the weapons are somewhere back in the military ward. Pretty sure. And then I guess we should train level 18, even though level 18 is not that great. Disarm and Thunderclap rank 2. Am I looking forward to Hardcore Fresh soon? I don't think... I'm in the camp of people that doesn't actually think Hardcore Fresh or any kind of Classic Fresh is going to happen. So, no. I'm just enjoying what I'm currently doing, and I don't really have any hope for any kind of Fresh. Although I understand there's a big group of people that seem to think it's going to happen. I'm just not in that group of people. Let's do... two-handed maces and guns. I'm not going to do fist weapons, I don't think, because again, I don't think I've ever used a fist weapon on a warrior, and I need all the coins I can get. What else? I think that's good. Is there anywhere I can buy like a gun or a bow? Blades, axes? Not here. Alright. Let's go train warrior stuff really fast. And then maybe we'll just take the tram to Stormwind. Although, I don't know if flying will be faster or if the tram is faster. I guess it depends on if the tram is there or if we have to wait for it.
Pleased to meet you. Nice seeing you.
We'll just take the flight point so we can fly straight through. I don't think we need to stop in Stormwind for anything specifically. So we might as well just take the flight point.
What's on your mind? Say it.
Am I headed to Deadmines? Oh no. No, we're headed back to Westfall to do the rest of the questing. We have to do all of the Westfall quests before I'll think about doing Deadmines. I want to have all of the quests for the dungeon before I go there. So we still have quite a bit to do. We're not going to be thinking about Deadmines until we're like level 21. We'll probably finish up in Westfall, and then we'll probably also finish up in Loch Modan before I'm ready to do Deadmines. We have the Hunter's Lodge stuff to do still in Loch Modan, I believe. Yeah, level 16, level 15, level 15. For some reason, I didn't grab the next In Defense of the King's Land, so we'll have to go grab that. Because I just didn't grab it. If I die, what would I try next? I don't know. Maybe a mage? If I had an untimely... If I die again around level 30, maybe a mage. A part of me thinks I would just turn around and do another warrior, though, at the same time. It depends. It depends on like how we die and how I'm feeling. Typically I roll a different class when I die, but I'm having a lot of fun on the warrior, so if we die soon, I would roll another warrior. If we die much later, then maybe a mage. Yeah, we got a hunter up to 42. And she didn't die, I just got bored playing her, and then Sod came out. Sod was the big nail in the coffin for that hunter. We'd gotten to level 42, we were doing stuff in Desolus, I believe. Dustwallow Marsh, and then Sod came out, and I just never went back to it. Hunters are kind of boring to me. Like, that hunter was really survivable and probably could have went all the way to 60. But, you know, Sod happened. I never felt like going back to the class because it wasn't really interesting to me. And then I transferred her off of Defias Pillager onto Whitemane. So she's just retired now on Whitemane. The server that I can never play on again. And yeah. I don't think I'd ever do another hunter. Apparently I'm not a hunter player. I just get bored. They're a very good class, I just get really bored. I think the flow of combat on a hunter is what's boring. Like, very much like the flow of combat on the warlock was very static. Where, like, you would do the same things in each combat. If you were fighting the same guy, every combat started to feel the same. And I feel like the hunter is very much like that. Send the pet in, serpent sting, auto shot, auto shot, auto shot, auto shot, auto shot, dead. Send the pet in, serpent sting, and like sometimes maybe you'll throw an arcane shot, but like nothing super dynamic is gonna happen in the fights. Whereas like on a warrior, you can get 2 huge crits, you can miss 3 times in a row, you can get 1 crit, like every combat's gonna feel very different on a warrior. And I think there are some classes that put out just sustained DPS, and then combat feels like really samey, and my brain just kind of turns off, and I get really bored of it really fast. So okay, let's head out to the Alexton farmstead. Oh, that was the reason. The good reason to stop in Stormwind would have been to pick up the quest to get the guy's pocket watch or compass or whatever it is. That would have been a good reason to stop in Stormwind. But yeah, we didn't decide to do that. I think at this point, the list of classes that I want to play in Classic Era, you know, I want to play a mage eventually. I want to do a rogue. And I want to cap out a war. These are the classes that ideally, like, I will cap out eventually. Whether or not it's from a hardcore character or from, like, a regular Classic Era run like we did on the Pally. I want to cap out a rogue, a warrior, and a mage. To complement our 60 paladin. I hope that if they do a fresh hardcore, I really wish they would open up a fresh era server. Like in conjunction with the fresh hardcore server. Alright, we're just jumping right in. Apparently that's what we're doing. All of our elixirs are about to tick down. I'm going to go ahead and renew these now, and then we'll eat some buff food, and then we'll get going. Destruction Warlock is the funnest way to play Lock. I thought about that, yeah. If I ever did Warlock again, I would check out a Destruction build. Maybe one day we pick up the Lock that we got killed, I don't know. She did get to level 30. That's the highest I've ever had a a classic era warlock is level 30, so. Screw, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I am doing well. And thanks for asking, and thanks for being here. And off he goes. Okay, it's becoming pretty clear to me that this area could still kill us. So now we have to start pacing ourselves a little. I need to start thinking about my pulls a little bit more than I am. Like, for instance, can I charge in here? Am I going to aggro this other group? Yeah, probably. Probably. Like this guy back here. See, he just pulled like all of those guys. Like, I don't know if he survives this. Ooh, one more fireball, he's done. Oh, he popped a potion, Okay, he's got a potion up. He's gonna, if he leashes these guys, he's good. If he gets dazed, this one gets off another fireball, then he's probably dead. They are not stopping. Here comes the fireball. Is he gonna outdistance it? It went off. Oh, he's gonna live. That was a close one for him. He's lucky he had that potion. If he hadn't had a pot, he'd be dead right now. I have food. I have Arby's. He wanted to scream, I have the meats. I have the meats. But I didn't let him. But that's what he burst through my door like the Kool-Aid man, screaming, I have the meats. It's fun. Having a kid is fun. And now I have the meats. And I'm gonna have to eat these meats soon. He's been good recently about not Kool-Aid manning through my door because he knows I'm playing hardcore, but apparently today he just did not give an F. And it's always startling because like I can't really hear him coming down the stairs with my headphones on with the music volume where I have it. So like I don't sense anything until my door is being kicked open. And it's startling 100% of the times that it happens. I think I have to go in on this. If I'm gonna make any traction here, I have to be willing to take some. Oh, I'm disarmed. Okay, being disarmed is bad. Okay, let's... Yeah, less disarming would be good. Maybe I have to kill the guys that disarm first. Because, yeah, being disarmed during a 2-pull is not what I want to be doing. This is not a good look. Yeah, I might have to turn... I might, like... Do I want to eat in this dangerous area? Not really. Am I going to eat in this dangerous area? Yes, I think so. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna eat this food. I'm gonna fight the Harvest Watchers for a bit. They're a little bit safer than trying to fight the Pillagers, and I'm gonna turn my camera off and eat, and then we'll keep going. Sound good? Good, good, good. Okay, I'll see you guys on the flip side. The disarms here are really, really bad. Very, very bad. I feel like what do I want to do? Do I want to get disarmed or do I want to take more fireballs to the face? Like, either option is a bad option. I'm gonna try, like, killing this person before they can disarm me. Okay, focusing them worked that time, but look how low we are already. Oh, dear God. Oh, that's bad. Bad. Oh, dang. Double fireballs? Double fireballs are not gonna work. Let's pop the big potion. And let's leash these double fireballs. Very, very sketchy. Good so far. Good afternoon to you, buddy. Perch, I am doing well. Thanks for asking. Especially now that I didn't get killed by these two pillagers. Now, the other one patrolled back inside. So maybe I need to use a little line of sight. Is the building going to count as line of sight? The building does count as line of sight. Okay. There we go. That's better. Do we have anything to interrupt spellcasting? Not right now, and not unless we have a shield. Well, yes, if we have a shield equipped, we do. Yeah, only if we have a shield equipped. Which, like, we could do that. I wonder if that's going to be worth it here. Let's try it out. Maybe it'll be worth it. Oh, do we need... Oh, no, battle stance. Okay, we can use it in battle stance. We don't need defensive stance. Let's give it a try. What is our skill here with this weapon? Looking for maces. Maces, we're gonna want to get that skilled up a little bit. Let's skill up on these guys. Well, I guess we're not gonna... Let's go skill up on something fleshy. That way we can pound rend for skill ups. The cooldown is 12 seconds, so we could use it every time we fight a pillager. That was a good time to level up. Let's try to find like a boar, yeah, something we can just hit with rend over and over again. Get this weapon skilled up really fast. So this will be the last point in Unbridled Wrath. After this, I don't know. We could increase the melee attack power bonus of Battle Shout. That seems really good. I think maybe I'll go here next. Improved Cleave could be really good for when we want to tank. So we could go into that. If we start going into that early, we could have all 3 points by the time we're ready to do Dead Mines. It's just like, in the meantime, those 3 points are kind of wasted, because I'm never going to use Cleave unless I'm in a dungeon tanking multiple mobs. So it's almost like a wasted 3 points, except for that small period of time when we'll be in a dungeon. And I don't really know if I like that. I don't really know if I like that. Yeah, so maybe I just go into Improved Battle Shout and we see how that feels. Eventually, we're probably gonna, by the time we can get down here, we're probably gonna go into arms. Whenever I can get two-handed weapon specialization, we'll probably go back to like an arms spec. Let's see, maces are still pretty low, 67. Yeah, Amy, it was. It was delicious. And thank you for picking that up for me. I appreciate it. I didn't realize that I probably needed to eat more before I started today. So, it was very good. But I have to have rage to interrupt. I think we just run away from that, right? Like we don't even try to fight that. They must have just respawned right there, right as I walked past. They respawned. But yeah, there's no way. Even with an interrupt, I'm not taking on twin fireballs. That's just gross. Absolutely gross. We also still need the Nolpal quest. I forgot that we didn't do this. We're not pulling that, whatever the heck that is. That's like a 6-pack. That's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're not pulling that. It's terrifying. Well, there we go. I think that shield is a little bit better for us. Yeah, it's got 2 strength on it. It's got 5 block. Okay, so it's got less armor, less block. But it's got 2 strength. Like, is the 2 strength really worth it? I don't know. Also, we are out of inventory space. I know, big shocker. We are not really near a vendor. The closest vendor, there's a vendor down here. And then there's a vendor, I think there's one in Moonbrook. Maybe we fight to the vendor in Moonbrook? Maybe that's our best option? Will they ever do TBC Hardcore? You'll find out on the 13th. Yep, tune in on the 13th. And if they're going to do it anytime soon, they will talk about it during the Blizzard Direct, which we will be watching right here at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on November 13th, which I feel like is a Wednesday. I want to say that's Wednesday. My prediction is we will hear about Mista Pandaria Classic. We will hear about Phase 17, 18, and 19 of SOD. We will hear about Warcraft 2 RTS Remaster. We'll hear about some retail. When I think about it, like, I don't even care about retail, so like whatever. They'll announce some stuff for retail that I don't care about. And I don't think TBC is going to be among the things they talk about, unfortunately. Doesn't seem to be part of the narrative at this point. Okay. That's fine. Alright, that was the rest of the null pause we needed. Let's head into Moonbrook. And we'll try to find this vendor. I guess they're probably in one of the buildings. I feel like it's the vendor that sells the rage potion recipe or something like that. Maybe we need him for that. Pretty sure. He does sell the rage potion recipe. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I forgot about that until now. So that works out. Lael, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. I'm guessing it's the big building here that he's like upstairs or something like that. I'm guessing there's no chance it's like the smaller building. Yeah, he looks like he's in the back of this building somewhere. That's good. Okay, so someone's in here. We have action. So maybe this is going to be majorly cleared for us. Oh yeah, we got lots of action. Okay. Yeah, look at that. That works.
What can I do for you?
I will take one of these. Ooh, they're limited supply. So, like, we could have come here and he could have been out.
Have a good
Very
one.
lucky for us.
Hey there.
Let's sell some stuff. I feel like I need to use this to level up my two-handed maces very soon, so I'm gonna hang on to this. The green leaf tea I'm gonna sell. The beverage I'm gonna sell. I don't need these gore tusk parts. The boar meat I think we can still cook. It's not gonna give us any skill ups though. The okra I don't need. The staff I don't really need. That is not a lot of inventory space. I don't need the mana potions. Jeez, I guess I don't need these little potions. Actually, I do if I want to make more of the lesser potions. Yeah, we have a lot of recipes I need to like learn the recipes. The ones that I can. Sharp claws. Okay, I need to hang on to my sharp claws. I wish I could be optimistic about TBC. I'm so jaded in life, like I don't really get optimistic about anything like that. I'm just like, I'm always trying to be realistic. I guess like for me, the coolest thing they could do would be to do TBC Hardcore and TBC, they would also need a TBC era server. That's the problem. It's like if they do TBC Hardcore, you can't just do TBC Hardcore because you have to have somewhere for the character to go after it dies. That's part of official hardcore, having the option of transferring your character off to a static era realm. So if you want to do TBC hardcore, you have to do TBC era fresh. And then like, is that good to have TBC hardcore fresh and TBC era fresh going at the same time? Doesn't that just split people up too much between like, okay, everyone's hype about TBC, but now we have half of those people playing the era server. We have half of those people playing the hardcore server. Like, is that something that they would want to do? I think if we get, unfortunately, we get fresh hardcore, it's just going to be run-of-the-mill hardcore. It's going to be the same vanilla era hardcore that we're playing right now. Because I just don't know that they'd open TBC era fresh and hardcore fresh at the same time. I think they would have to open up TBC era fresh first, and then I think you would do hardcore later. You know, I don't think you would do those at the same time. I think you'd get the era server going first. You'd let the era server go for like 6 months or something, maybe even a year, and then you do TBC hardcore. And then there's a place for those hardcore characters to go that's been around for a while. You know? That's how it makes sense to me. So if what we're getting is a hardcore announcement, it's not going to be TBC. It can't be both, basically. We're either getting a TBC announcement that's non-hardcore, that's just like classic era TBC, or we're getting a hardcore announcement, and if we're getting a hardcore announcement, that would just be a fresh start, existing vanilla hardcore realm. Which would be okay, but it's not exciting necessarily in the same way that TBC would be. And it's like, it's one of those things, the way I think about something is this. If a thing is the thing that I would want the most, then it's most likely that the video game company is not going to do it. So like the thing I want the most would be TBC era servers. I don't really care if they're hardcore or not. I think I would probably almost prefer that they wouldn't be hardcore to start. So yeah, TBC era server would be the thing I would want the most to be announced for Classic. And by using the rationale that I've learned in my life, it's easy enough to say that because it's what I want the most, it's not going to happen. You know? That's how I pessimistically look at it. Since it's the thing I want the most, it's the thing that it's not going to happen. Other things will happen, but not that. Yeah, news about Season of Discovery, news about Mista Pandaria Classic. Yeah, Season of Discovery Phase 17. Mista Pandaria Classic, coming spring of 2025. Whatever garbage content they put into retail. Some new mounts. Some new bundles. And that's probably it. And then I guess if we're like really, really, really lucky, people seem to think there's going to be fresh hardcore 1 to 60. So maybe we get that. And we'll just have to be happy with it. In a handful of days, we will have all the answers. I feel like the pickings were better up at the Alexton farmstead, so I'm gonna head back that way. We also have a couple of Harvest Watchers we still need to kill. So it makes sense to head back to the north here. Pretty chill so far. It's been good. Alright, so that is all the Harvest Watchers that we need. We need many more Pillagers, many more Looters. Still ample opportunity for us to get killed. I think I've lost a couple of warriors right at level 19. We're looking pretty cool now. It's because of the shoulders. Having actual shoulder pads makes all characters look better. The shield's nice too. The shield's one of those big oval shields. It looks. This one looks okay, but it's like a tiny little buckler. I prefer the bigger shields. Johnny, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. I don't think we go in on these two. Let's see what this person does. Okay, okay. There we go. I will take advantage of that. I missed the interrupts. Very professional. There's nobody in here that we need. We have path stalkers. We don't need path stalkers. Whoops. This duo, I think it must be a warlock and a warrior. They're clearing the entire area. They're clearing, but they're not getting their tags off. Like if they needed to tag that guy a lot earlier than they did. I'm gonna have to like tag the ones I can where I can. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get this done. They could invite me to the group. That would be, you know, something they could do. That would make things a little easier. Until then, I guess I'll just tag what I can. Alright, well, I can keep running around in circles, or I could stand still. Both of those things are equally annoying to me. Oh, here we go. How many do we need? We're good on pillagers. We need 4 more looters. I'm gonna prioritize tagging the looters. That worked pretty well. Oh dear God, okay. Well, I'm glad that I didn't arrive a couple seconds later, because we'd aggroed all these guys. We got double looters here, we got double looters there. If we can take out all these looters, then we win. Except, you know, what are the odds of us spending the entire pull disarmed? Between 2 of them, I think the odds are pretty good. And there we go, we are done. Look what is happening over here. This person might be in trouble? No, they're probably good as long as they don't aggro anymore. Okay, they aggroed more. Okay, they aggroed more still. This person might be in trouble. They keep aggroing more. Like, why are you aggroing all these things? Stop it! What are you doing? Oh my God. What's happening? Oh, lay on hands for the win! The lay on hands! Woohoo! Oh man. That was... I thought they were dead. They saved the lay on hands for the very last moment. That was fun. Yeah, we should just be like cameraman style on someone else's journey. I should just follow somebody else around, and then I can just commentate on everything they do. And then all I do is stay close to them, and I don't take any action even to save them. That's what we should do. Other people can play, and I will just document their rise and fall. Paladins are good for hardcore? Yeah, they are. They're really good for hardcore.
You need something?
Yep. You know, the 47 Paladin never died, and then the 39 Paladin fell off a boat and drowned. But other than that, they were basically unkillable. Let's do that. Let's take a look at the inventory. I just don't have enough room in my inventory. Let's sell everything I can. I'm gonna sell the dagger. I'm tempted to sell a stack of these. I don't think I need 2 stacks. We're probably gonna make more eventually anyway. That's really all I can do. I need to work on some alchemy.
Be careful.
And then maybe that would clear up some inventory space. General trade goods. Are they gonna have vials?
You need something?
Yes, they do have vials. Okay, so... Oh, these are leaded vials. Oh no, what have I done? I purchased the wrong vials. Do they not sell, like, basic vials? Yeah, they don't seem to sell what I need, unless I missed it. Oh, I missed it. I'm just an idiot and I can't see. That's all. It's completely fine. It's on the first page, obviously. What do I want to do with this? Let's make a couple of these. Let's make a couple Troll's Blood. Some Lion's Elixir. I think I sink the rest into healing potions. Oh no, let's do Fortitude. Where is... Fortitude I can't do... Oh, okay, so Fortitude I need Earth Root. Okay, that's a bummer. We'll have to find more Earth Root. Let's put the rest here, and then I can make the lesser healing potions. John, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream.
Safe travels. Hello. Have a good one.
this character is Defias Pillagers. Now, the Warlock was on the EU servers, and that was when we realized that we did not have auction house access. And so this character I did on the US servers, just because, you know, I don't want to do self-found in this character, so I want to be able to use the auction house. And I like being able to send myself my gold, so I don't lose it all. And then we're going to keep doing Cataclysm on the EU server, so the Cata playthrough will be on the EU servers, and for Classic Era we'll see. Maybe eventually we go back once I can use the auction house. I think I have like 9 or 10 days left in the 30 days. I'll check it next week and see if I can use it. Yeah, we can train the wool bandage, but the thing is we're not finding any wool yet. Like, I haven't prioritized learning it just because we don't have the mats. I've been selling a lot of these.
Looking for something specific? See you around. Hey there. See you later.
Oh yeah, we're probably in different layers. You're standing right where I'm at, but you don't see me. Yeah, we're in different layers for sure. Yep. I don't know how... There's like 5 or 6 layers.
Greetings for the Alliance. See you later.
Light be with you. Go with honor, friend.
What can I do for you? See you around.
Here's a question. Does this character have the Red Ridge flight point? I don't think so. I would like to get this one done.
You need something?
We don't. Okay, that's a bummer. Okay, let's go back to Stormwind. And then I think I have to make the run out to Red Ridge. We can grab the flight points. We will talk to Wily. I think on the way, I'm going to try to level up this this mace a little bit. We don't have any skill with the two-handed mace right now. That's a big blind spot, so I think I'm going to equip this thing, and we'll just hit, like, low-level stuff on the way and try to skill up a little bit. What else is really bad? Axes are not great. One-handed axes, one-handed maces are good. I don't seem to know one-handed swords. Okay, I didn't know that. We'll train one-handed swords in Stormwind, because right now we don't have it. So yeah, we have some work to do on our weapon skills, apparently.
What can I do for you? For the Alliance.
Maybe we can get a gun or a bow. I'd rather have a bow because they don't sound as loud, but let's see what we can get. Yeah, like we don't need anything with stats on it necessarily. You know, we can do like anything basically. Like, here we go. Like, just like a regular hunting bow is fine. And then I guess we need to grab some arrows. We can get arrows at the general goods vendor.
What are you looking for?
And there we go. You can use the auction house on hardcore. Yes, this is not self-found. So you have the option to play a self-found character on the hardcore servers. It's a little checkbox that you check when you start the character up. But if you're not doing self-found, which we're not on this playthrough, then yes, you can do the auction house, you can trade other players, etc. In the recorded series, I'm doing a Tauren shaman who's self-found. And on that character, no auction house, no mail, no trades. There we go, now we can pull at a distance. I need to pull shoot out to my bar. There we go. Shoot bow. I'll do that. Alright, now we run out to Redridge. Yeah, the bow should make some situations a lot easier. For sure. Yeah, we played a lot on those servers too. Yeah, we played a lot on Blood Cell Buccaneers. And yeah, using the add-on, there was, you know, you weren't even allowed to speak to other people back using the add-on. It was definitely a different type of hardcore. Blizzard said they would never do an official hardcore where you like couldn't interact with the economy or with like more so like with other players. You know, you were not even able to group up in the open world with the add-on. And so, you know, we have self-found as an option now, but even that is not solo self-found. You're still allowed to group up to do open world stuff if you want to.
Step on up. See you around.
Is there anything we need to do in Goldshire? I don't think so. The not speaking to other people was a bit ridiculous. Yeah, I thought so too, because it like that was one of the things that like didn't make sense. It made sense to like, okay, so you can only kill a boss once. Okay. Like I'll buy that. It's kind of a role play thing, but like, only killing a boss one time on a character, like, I was okay with that. Like, okay. Not being able to speak to people or, like, actively cooperate, like, even outside of a group, that was a little bit much. People just use, like, non-verbal forms of communication anyway. I would face myself slowly towards, like, the group I wanted to pull or the mob I wanted to pull, and I would see what the other person did. And we would still end up working together. Yeah, I didn't like the, like, non-communicating part of it. I understood the no grouping part, kind of, but not talking to other people was kind of silly. Did I play WoW back when it was vanilla? Yes. Yep, I started in vanilla. Now, I didn't cap my first character till right before TBC came out. So I didn't do any raiding in vanilla, I didn't do any raiding in TBC. I started raiding in Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, my first character was a Troll Hunter. He got to 29. I got my Forsaken Mage to 25. And then I finally asked my friend who had also played, I said, like, what's the class that equips the biggest weapons, that wears the heaviest armor? And he said, oh, you want to be a warrior. Okay. And the warrior was the one that I got to 60. Both in original TBC and in TBC Classic, I was this close to being able to raid. And then both times, Wrath of the Lich King was announced. And people really stopped giving a shit about gearing up, about doing heroics, about gearing up for raid or doing raid. Like, people just didn't care. You know, they'd already been doing it for a while before me. Like, I was already late to the party, and then like it both times, as soon as Lich King was announced, it just became like really hard to even find heroic groups, or like even anybody to do like a heroic Magister's Terrace. And so like it's like hilarious how like for me like history repeated itself. And the reason it did that is because we only had 1 year with TBC Classic. I thought I was doing pretty good. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll cap this character out. We're gonna have a whole year. We're gonna have a whole nother year of TBC. And it's like, no, you don't. You don't have a whole nother year of TBC because Shadowlands is in an awful place and Blizzard needs a win right now. And so now we get to announce Wrath of the Lich King Classic. I can't believe this is happening to me again. I got 2 pieces of my bold set, and I'm still not going to get to do Karasan. This was my chance. This is why what I want the most out of the Blizzard Direct is for them to announce TBC era. Because I gotta do it. I want my chance. I want to get all of my bold set, and I want to do the frickin' raid. I want to tank the raid. So, you know, I'm still waiting. 3rd time's a charm. 3rd time's a charm.
King's honor, friend.
Yeah, they did rush it out because it was because of all the scandal with Shadowlands. Like, Blizzard was very, very unpopular. People were leaving to go play Final Fantasy XIV. And so Blizzard was like, well, what do people like? Okay, they like Wrath of the Lich King. Alright, let's announce that right now and get that out ASAP. So, like, instead of having, like, some more time with TBC, we got Wrath. I'm gonna buy this mace.
Safe travels.
We're gonna use that for a while. They rushed out Kata too. Yeah, I feel like we got more time with Wrath of the Lich King than we got with TBC. Because remember, in Wrath, they even put in, like, the Alpha, Beta, Gamma Protocol dungeons. So, like, we got most of the releases, and then we got harder 5-man content.
Need help? Light bless you for the Alliance.
Need help?
You need something?
Let's do the underwater quests. We'll do the Lost Tools and we'll do Hillary's
How
Necklace.
are you?
We'll get those done. I think Cataclysm is going to be about the same time as TBC. I feel like they are trying to get through Cataclysm fast. I think Cataclysm only had like an 8-month like roadmap. From what I understand, by January, all of the content for Cataclysm should be released. Unless they've decided to like slow that down or push that back. Which I don't know why they would. I think they're on track to do Mist of Pandaria by springtime, by like April or May. Are there any places I refuse to go on hardcore? Oh no, we'll go anywhere. On our last character, we died doing Nomergon, which is a place that everybody says like, no, don't do Nomergon. Nomergon's awful. And we're gonna do Nomergon again on this character, and we're gonna clear it. So no, there's nowhere that I won't go. Let's swim right out here and we'll get the tools. I feel like this guy is also going right for the tools. Maybe he'll aggro a Murloc or something. He's a little bit lower level than us, so... if anybody's gonna aggro a Murloc, it's gonna be him. Alright, so we aggroed a Murloc, okay. Let's just deal with it. I think we can deal with it. Does hamstring affect swim speed? That's a question I don't know the answer to. This guy is dodging or like impervious to all of my damage. Oh, you know why? Because I'm an idiot. It helps to have a weapon on that you can actually hit the enemy with. If you're trying to hit the enemy, make sure you have weapon skill. Weapon skill is a great thing to have. It ensures that your hits are actually going to connect. This is not great. Is this guy fucking healing? Like, what's happening with this? Oh my god. I need to get a really lucky crit. We need a crit, like, really bad. Like, really bad. They heal when they attack. That's good to know. Oh, that's awesome. It's always the shit that you don't expect. It's just thoughtlessness. I just had a weapon equipped for too long there that didn't have any weapon skill. Otherwise, I think we'd have been fine. Otherwise, I think we'd be okay. Go again. Ah, not right now, though. Yeah, maybe someday. That's a painful one. It's painful. And that's it. That's all I have for today, guys. Yeah, that's it. I'm good to stop there for today. And I'm gonna reevaluate my life and what I'm doing with it, and all the pain I've caused, and just go from there, I guess. And then maybe when I come back, maybe we'll do a mage. I'll log it in. That way it can get a little bit of rested XP. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to go again. Fingers crossed for TBC Classic Era non-hardcore server to be announced on the 13th. Yeah, fingers crossed for that. It was a good run. Yeah, what a way to go. Just my own stupidity. I'm like, let's equip this weapon while we travel through a dangerous area. And then, you know, if I had realized... the other thing that screwed me was, like, they had a significant heal off their damage. They were, like, healing back up. Even after I equipped the axe, which we had full weapon skill at, they were still healing up for more than I could DPS them down. We just couldn't take them at level 19. But, you know, having a weapon equipped the whole time that I could hit with would have been a great start. Could have potentially made a difference. But yeah, maybe we'll go on this mage next time. I'll think about it. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. Hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon or evening time, and we will see you back here again sometime in the future. Bye for now.